Say hello to the farm cam. So I have actually good and bad news with the eye journey here that we have going on. And it's crazy, it literally goes down and tries to get the cats. It touched him that time. Welcome back to another vlog. And of course I'm in the barn. It's like feeding time right now. Well, preparing for feeding time. Just got more hay, but here's a new little thing that's kind of changed in our world of feed and hay. So the supplier that we've been getting hay from for like years now, well not years, but the last couple years, has like gone so astronomically expensive, and you have to buy like a lot of bales from them. So the minimum order for them to deliver to me is like 60 bales. And now 3-string alfalfa from them is $60 a bale. So you guys can do the math. But so that's not really how we're gonna be getting hay anymore for the time being, because my local 3-string alfalfa is $48. So not delivered, unfortunately, but it's local. So this time, feels like forever since we've had to do this. We went to our local feed store and we had to pick up all of our hay. So we have 30 bales of alfalfa at $48. It's still so steep, but way better than the $60. So that's a little different for us. So it's been sitting in my barn for like 2 days like this because we haven't moved it. Because typically when we get 60 bales, we have to absolutely make room where the hay is so that we can put this hay there. But since it's only technically 30 bales, it can sit in the alleyway for a little bit. Not that I love it in the alleyway, but it can be in here. So yeah, that's a little update here on our hay situation, because the hay crisis is serious with how expensive the price of hay is right now. I could not believe it when they told me that was gonna be $60 a bale. I was like, okay, hold on, no. For context, when I started buying hay from them, it was about $26.50. And that was a couple years ago, but they were cheaper than my feed store at the time by more than even like $5. So it's crazy how it's shifted, and that's a bulk buy. So I don't know, kind of crazy. But anyways, moving on from that. For the past few days, I've been doing this new like feeding routine, not tactic, but like, I guess it's a tactic. So typically when we bring in the horses from the other pasture, like the far pasture, they kind of have like a far run that they go to make it over here to the barn, since they're in like the farthest pasture. They get really excited when they come in and they'll kind of like go everywhere. So we've kind of dealt with that by putting hay in the stalls to get them to just go to their stalls because they're excited for that. But like I was saying, the past couple days though, I've been putting their grain in their stalls too. So while Mike cleans the stalls, I'm gonna feed them their grain, but they're not in here yet. I haven't fed June or Trigger, which I forgot because I was filming, but I typically feed them before I fill the others' bowls, so they're a little confused right now what I'm doing. Sorry, Trigger. Here you go. Now he's happy. And Junie. And now it's water time. You guys know the drill. Now Mike is doing the hay. So this has been kind of like our setup lately, is grain in the bowls, hay in their stalls, water's filled, and stalls cleaned, waiting for the horses. We have a couple visitors. Got crazy and bagel, run, fat boy. So I'm about to go over to the other pasture and go grab the horses, but before I do, I need to thank LiveEquine for sponsoring today's video. So I've talked about LiveEquine many times before because I actually really love this app. You can download the LiveEquine app on the Google Play Store and also on the Apple Store. The LiveEquine app is actually a super useful resource, whether you have been in the horse world for a while or if you're just beginning. And if you guys have been following me and my journey in horses for a while, you'll know that I started really late on in life, and the horse world is a very tight-knit community often, and it can be kind of daunting to enter, but the LiveEquine app makes that super easy to get involved really quickly. There's lots of really awesome features on the LiveEquine app. Some of my favorites are, for one, that you can either list your horse for sale or lease, or if you're in the market for a horse, you can go on there. There's tons of listings and you can find a horse for sale or for lease. Tons of different disciplines on there, different styles, whatever you're looking for, all in one place. Also, if you just purchased your horse or if you've had a horse for a while and have relocated and are looking for a new barn or stable to board your horse at, there is a whole section on there where you can find different options, different type of boarding situations. Also, if you are a barn owner and want to list what you have available, you can do that as well right there on the app. One of my favorite resources on the app is the job section, because around here on our farm, we're always looking for different help. So it's really awesome there. You can either list the help that you're in search of, or if you're actually the one looking for a job, you can list the services that you offer. So it's super convenient. And one of my favorite features, if you are new to Horse World, and I keep emphasizing that because at one point I was very new and I still sometimes feel like I'm pretty new, but I wish I had this app when I first got into Horse World because there's a whole section of events. So if you are new to an area, if you're just visiting an area, or if you're just trying to find local things to do that are regarding horses, even if you don't have horses, there's a whole section there where you can find different events. So if you are interested in joining the Live Eck app with me, you can go ahead and use the links in my description down below. Penelope, come here, piggy. Say hello to the farm fam. Farm fam, say hello to Penelope. She's making her special appearance debut because I know you guys all say she's not on the channel enough. Say hello to the farm fam. Look at that snoot. See if she'll bite my finger. Ow. Good piggy. Moving on. Oh, look at the little goat. Minnie is like in between the horses. So brave. Minnie, are you not scared to be right there? Willie, you're smart. The horses love this area and they constantly roll right here. So it's making it so sandy and depleting the grass so quickly. Everybody's off. Go on, friends. Oh, Penelope got scared. Run, Penel! And they're in the barn now. Hi, Cookie. Oh my gosh. All the pigs are huddled into this one storm. Cookie. Cookie's almost bigger than Stewie, and Stewie's our biggest pig. I actually thought Chippy was going to be bigger because he's a male, but Miss Cookie, she's going to take the cake here soon. I'm on a search in this pasture for my fly masks because I'll talk about it when we get back to the barn, but we've been having like a serious like horse eye epidemic around here. So fly masks have been super important, but my horses keep taking the fly masks off and I'm having to go to the pasture and find their fly masks. So if you guys have any suggestions, because it's always been a problem for us. I've tried Velcro fly masks, I've tried double fly masks, I've tried these current like nylon fly masks that my horses wear currently, and my other horses always take them off of the current horse that's wearing it. So I really need them to wear these fly masks and keep them on. So if you guys have any suggestions, if you guys have a horse that needs to wear a fly mask and the other horses or however gets it off, and if you have found a way to keep these fly masks on your horses, let me know in the comments because I'm in desperate need to keep fly masks on my horses right now. Guys, I have to show you the weirdest thing. So this bird, I don't know, it must have a nest or something somewhere, but it keeps taunting, don't mind the table there, it keeps taunting my cats. Any cat that comes around this area, it chases after. It's crazy, it literally goes down and tries to get the cats. It touched him that time. I was actually in the pasture for longer than I wanted to be before coming and locking everyone up, but everyone was good, besides him. He ate his grain, left his hay, walked out and went and ate that hay. Typical Cash. Kind of smart though, because if you think about it, he saved the hay that he had in his stall and got a fix of that extra hay, and then now he'll have his hay in his stall. But everyone else was very good. See, this is how long you can tell that I was out there for. They've eaten all their grain. Like I was saying, out in the pasture, we are having like a big like horse eye epidemic right now in my barn. Pretty much all of my horses, besides 2, are having eye issues. And I don't want to call them major eye issues, but semi-major eye issues. So I have actually good and bad news with the eye journey here that we have going on. If you guys have been following along on June's eye journey, she actually had a really serious eye issue. She had a stromal abscess in her eye, that eye right there in particular, since November, early November. So it's been about 6 months since we've been treating her eye super aggressively. She even got an injection in her eye. Let's see if she'll let us get a better look at it. Junie, come back up here. The sun is setting, so it's so bright in her stall right now, and she's very preoccupied, but we'll see if she'll come back up for some air and show us her cute little eye. Junie, come here, horsey. There we go. So as you guys can see, oh, the sun, hold on, there it is. So I am happy to report the good news first with Junie. We have finally stopped like her major infection medicines. So we were having to give her this medicine multiple times a day. You guys have seen in many routine videos over the last 6 months how often and how much we had to treat her eye. So with that being said, that's a huge win for us because that means that they don't think that the infection is there. They don't think the infection is gonna spread. So that medicine that we've been on for a very, very long time is called voriconazole, and that's what basically is like helping the infection. The white that we still see there is a scar, and unfortunately we don't know if that's how big it's gonna stay or how much smaller it's actually gonna get, but we do know that she will always have a scar in her eye, so it will always somewhat look like a white dot in her eye. But huge win because infection is gone. That means that we saved her eye. She can see. In the very beginning of this process, we were dabbling if we were gonna eventually have to take her eye out, but that is not the case, so I'm so happy about that. Her eye has been saved. She has full vision in it. She will have like a little bit of like a blind spot in the front, like when she looks forward, obviously because she has that white spot. Other than that, she's been cleared to ride. We're good to go. The only medicine that she has to use now is a topical pain reliever to try to help that scar reduce. So now that we've got June pretty much on the road to recovery, kind of like the bad news now. So I actually took Trigger to the vet the same day that I took June to the vet last week. And the news wasn't as great for him, but it's not life-threatening. So as you can see how sad his poor eyes look, he had a summer sore that was developing in this eye, which is interesting because this was the more affected eye. Now it looks like this eye is not having a great time. So I actually need to send some pictures to my vet to show them an update of what's going on. But I'm gonna throw a fly mask on him just in a second here. While we were at the vet, they actually scraped out the summer sore out of his eye, and they sedated him and flushed like his tear ducts, whatever leads to his nose. They flushed all of that to try to clear any cloggedness that was going on. This side over here was super clogged. They actually had to stop because he started to bleed a bit. So we go back to the vet again in like a week and a half now, and they will reflush him again, trying to get his eyes better. So he's having an eye crisis right now. So his poor eyes are super sad, so we've been treating them as well. Now, last but not least, but I will say the least like problematic of the eyes in that Cash, but he's still having a bit of an eye issue, but it's looking a lot better today. So it's pretty much only this eye, and I'm probably gonna bring him to the vet when I bring Trigger, but we've been putting medicine also in his eye, so it's gotten a lot better. So we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna show you our eye treating routine now. So this is our ensemble featuring Monster right there of medicines for the horses. So this is the diclofenac. This is basically the topical pain reliever that goes in June's eye. This is the terramycin. This goes in Cash's eye. This is just like a topical antibiotic for his eye. And then last but not least, this is Trigger's medicine. This is neomycin and a bunch of other stuff for his eye. So this is the process. It's pretty simple now. Mike's got it down to a T. He just puts it on his finger, and we've been doing this with June for so long, but Cash doesn't like it, so you just gotta whoop right in there. Way to go, buddy. 1 down, 2 to go. Trigger's up next. Same process here. Trigger, I know, it sucks. These poor, poor eyes. I feel so bad for him because he's got, you know, double eye issues. He's not just one like the others. Into the eye. Good boy. And last but not least, Miss Junie. She is super used to it, but obviously still not a fan of it, but just like that, she's a pro. But luckily, Blaze, he has nothing wrong with his eyes, thank you. And of course, my healthiest all around, always horse, Louie, that always looks fantabulous. He is perfectly fine with his eyes. I swear, this horse never gets hurt or anything like that, never gets sick because of how scared he is. I think he's actually scared to have to go to the vet. So he does everything possible to not get hurt because we've never had to really like take him to the vet for anything other than like Coggins and like normal like checkup and stuff like that. But he stays very healthy so that he has the least possible human interactions as can be. He's so pretty though. All right, you guys, well that is it for today's video. Please say a little prayer for all my horses and their eyes and my wallet because we are gonna need it with all these eye unders. Eyes are so serious because obviously they can change and get worse in a second. So eyes are always horse emergencies, which freaks me out a bit that I have so many horses in my barn right now with eye issues, not emergencies at this point because they're being treated by a vet, but still. Anyways, if you guys like today's video, make sure you go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel down below. Make sure you turn on those post notifications so you don't miss any of these videos. All right, you guys, we love you, and we'll see you in the next one.